What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Johnny. Back in here with one more reaction video, man. And this one, I'm gonna enjoy doing this one, and I hope this one really gets far and wide. There's a podcast that I watch from time to time called $1 Million Worth of Game, where it brings on the greatest rappers, new and old, and they just kind of talk about who they are. Because I've always said, and we have to learn to separate the rapper from the man and understand who these individuals really are. And there's a gentleman by the name of Wallo who hosts a podcast with Gilly the Kid. And Wallo was in jail for 20 years. And since he's been out, he's done nothing but give positive information, $1 million worth of game, to the youth. This is your first time to the channel. Welcome. Get on in here. And the latest episode of $1 Million Worth of Game was featuring Lil Durk. And if you know anything about Durk, you know he's currently beefing with our NBA young boy. Von then lost his life. We know that the Chief keeps the drill music and how the violence in Chicago is really out of control. You know, it's called Chirac for a reason. But as I've always said, man, these kids aren't bad people. Bro, I real life have 50 friends that have been murdered. Another 50 that are in jail for murder or some type of violent crime. The house that I'm in right now, the front door still got four nicks from when Nate shot at the front door when he was shooting at Leroy. So I really grew up around a lot of violence. But none of the people were bad people, man. So to the average person watching the news, it's just another body dropping. But when these are your friends, your cousins, your uncles, you're like, man, we got to get in control of our emotions better, bro. It's not somebody else who's really coming through these neighborhoods and wiping us out. It's us. So I'm going to play a clip of Wallo just talking about him forgiving his brother's killer and also just giving some wisdom to Lil Durk. And this is something that the young kids really need to take heed of, and listen to this.
Keep going, because I'm telling you, man, I can name 20, 30 my homies is dead. I'm here, though. And I'm going to say some shit that, like, this is documented. You know, I got a TED Talk. I forgave my brother's killer. And I'm saying it to say this. Nigga that killed my brother. My brother died in my grandma's arms in the house that we grew up in. Nigga shot my brother. He ran to the house. He died in Nanny Harms when she opened the door. So I'm telling you this some real shit, man. If I ain't let that shit go, I won't be right here today. I won't be here for my niece and my nephews. Me and Gil won't be doing this. Y'all won't know me. I won't be able to give y'all this game. But I had to leave. I had to let that shit go. And when I let that shit go, nigga, I started to grow. And I started to glow. And now I'm here today, and it was harder than man. And I'm talking about this my big brother, nigga. I shared the cell with him. I shared the bed with him when we were kids.
It's anger inside of us, man. We come in these, and I hate to say we because I had a mom and a daddy. We were still poor. We were still on Section 8. They still had extreme domestic violence. The lights and the gas and the water was still getting cut off, and you look for an outlet to put that anger in. Luckily enough, I was a ball player, so I was able to go play basketball 7 days a week whenever I was stressed, whenever I was irritated with how life was. But a lot of young individuals don't play basketball. They don't play football. And they turn to the streets, and the unfortunate part is the streets don't love you. Wallo done lost 20 friends. I done lost 50, 60. And I'm sure it's a bunch of people who can drop in the comments of the peers that they've lost. And if we don't address the senseless violence, we don't get better, we don't grow. You have to forgive. As I said, man, the man who lived across the street from me, Leroy, my best friend's stepdaddy, was shooting at my house. My little brother was in the front room playing Madden. Had to drop down. Nate was a neighborhood drug dealer. Nate got hit on the porch and fell in my front yard. So I understand this story 1,000,000%. Except my brother didn't die. But I don't have no hate in my heart towards Leroy. I don't have no hate in my heart towards anybody, man. You can't walk around with a hateful heart. Love will set you free.
11 years, man. 11, 12 years since you got up in the game. You still here. A lot of people, not with us no more. A lot of people fell off, but you're still in the game, man. You
Who fell off?
I'm talking about a lot of artists, man.
Who?
Now, listen, man. Who? You said who? You can't even remember. I said a lot of artists. I ain't say you. You know what I mean? You can't even remember.
Get me the name and
Go ahead, name. Now your top three fell off.
No, man, that's a lie. I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. People working at Walmart and shit right now.
Top three.
Oh man, that's hard.
Y'all be telling us to answer shit that be hard. Go ahead. Top three fell off.
Top 3 that fell off. Put some, go ahead, nigga. Tell on some niggas. Go ahead. I ain't doing no snitching. I ain't doing some snitching. You know that nigga told on me, but that's another story, man. I ain't doing no snitching.
When I was at my lowest point, like when I would tell you I was fucked up, it's like that's when I met her. And she had me in the crib, like, we 50 deep in the house, deep as hell.
And I just had to pause this because, as I say, man, separate the man from the rapper. Lil Durk is just an individual who grew up in Chicago. The same way I'm sitting in front of a microphone right now, you could put on a beat and I could start talking about anything. And that's why if I can really reach my youngins, my young men, your image is everything. Your image is powerful. Because it's the one thing that you can control while you're here. See, right now, Malcolm X can no longer control his image, but we know who he was as a man. Martin Luther King can no longer control his image, but we know who he was as a man. However, when you flip that to a situation, let's say a Nipsey Hussle, a Young Dolph, right? As a man, I know how positive they were in their community, but their music paints a different picture. So yes, if you're someone that knows them personally, like if you know Durk personally, you're probably, man, this dude's a great dude, got a good heart, but the image that he's put out to the world doesn't always portray that. And so yeah, I can sit on the camera and say anything and portray myself as some gangster or some urban individual, but that's the last image that I want around of me 100 years later. When I'm dead and I'm gone and I'm expired, I don't want the people to look back and yeah, Johnny was just another shooter. He was just another killer. And that's what gets lost in this mass amount of music that gets put out. As a lot of these people are good men with good hearts and good intentions. But we know where the road to good intentions leaves you. So you have to start being intentional with the content and the music that you're putting out. Thoughts are things, and words have crazy power. That's a book by Prentice Mulford. And I encourage, they say, I think it's Proverbs 18:21. There's life and death in the power of the spoken tongue. It's power of the spoken word. And 51.5% of rappers die in homicide. Once again, these people aren't bad people. They just don't understand the power of their words and the frequency and the vibrations that we throwing out into the world. But if we get more Wallows in the world, it's just talking to these young men about forgiving their brothers' killers and moving on and growing and developing and becoming better individuals, then life will flourish, man. You literally can become what you think about. Earl Nightingale said that. And Malcolm X said, the black community is the only one that has athletes, entertainers, comedians, all that at the top, in which I do agree. However, I would say a lot of them have been miseducated, a la The Miseducation of the Negro by Carter G. Woodson. So when we get to reading these books, the autobiography of Malcolm X, Color, Communism, and Common Sense by Manning Johnson, Up from Slavery by Booker T. Washington, we understand that we got some power. And our power is being directed at being this certain type of individual. But what happens when we take it off and we can think for ourselves? Everyone thinks, but no one thinks. I remember when I walked around with 2-3 chains on my neck. I graduated high school with 8 gold teeth in my mouth. But I was being what society wanted me to be. And now I'm being myself as an individual. So I'm just letting everyone know where you come from, whether it's Chirac or East St. Louis, or you in Cali, or you down in Florida, or you up in New York. Man, you're not stuck from where you come from. You can make it out of any environment. You can overcome anything. You can accomplish anything. Your skin color is not holding you back. Your family, your hereditary, nothing is holding you back. Faith, consistency, and hard work, and you can accomplish anything in this life. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. A lot of people, I never bring mainstream rap to my channel at all, but I really think on the message of killing the violence, growing, self-reflecting. I'm real big on self-reflecting. Drink water, take vitamins, meditate, sit still, and know yourself, man. Be the change you wish to see in this world. Until next time, we out. Peace.